There we go. Road's bloody clear. Alright, good morning everybody. Back again for another part of Powerplay. Let's just say last time didn't go well, did it? I pretty much decided that I was gonna cover Powerplay. Didn't really explain anything. Kinda repeated myself a fair bit, I felt. And after listening to it all back, it was absolute shite. I will admit that. The one thing that got me though, and it's exactly that, is how many more times did I say, oh, and one more thing before I'm done? I began to sound like Uncle from the old Jackie Chan cartoons, man. It was stupid. But anyway, so I decided this time I'd write a script, which I've got here in front of me, and I'm going to refer to it for the notes I made. Now, I never even finished within 10 days because work so dry. At any rate, a few questions I got asked by a commentator of mine, Zach Cardinal. Basically, it was a bit odd. Like, I don't really know how to say it, to be honest. It was a bit slow, stupid. I don't quite know how to put it, really. Hang on. Yeah, basically just continuous mess of jumbled crap. The word I'm looking for. But at any rate, basically, the few questions that the commenter asked were pretty centering around what I meant when I said a leader holds down certain things. Basically, what I meant by that is the territory on the galactic map that's under Edmund Mahn's control is pretty much solidly in place. There's no change to that. The Alliance just keeps swelling, and because of that, he never really moves. And basically, once it all loads up, bear with me, I've just booted up the game. Like, if I go out of the human bubble and zoom out, well, you can see the Alliance has like a lot of territory, although it is a lot more speckled than last I remember it. Maybe it is about to change. But, yeah, Mahn kind of being on the edge of the galaxy can just expand upwards and outwards to more sort of human space. And all of the territory he gets, he just holds down. Simply because it seems to be so well engineered by all of his staff, I guess, all the players and all of the AI that obviously do work. Aside from that, there's not really that much else. He's just dominant on the top spot. That's pretty much all I meant. I can't really think of anything else to say on that one. Now, the second question was a little bit more relevant. And for this, I've decided to pick out a certain faction to quote-unquote bully until I prove my point. So, every leader has factions in the system to benefit them. The Empire, denoted by the little emblem of the eagle, or the like would-be eagle. The Alliance have that, well, what the hell would you call the Alliance crest other than the Alliance crest? Basically that symbol. The like segments, the like shattered triangle it looks a bit like, sort of thing. And then the Federation have that like galactic star chart looking emblem of sorts. But that's basically it. Each individual faction leader for those factions is favoured mainly by the factions that follow them. But each faction has a type that it works off. So, for example, Gamimusu Commodities. I know this is going to be a corporation, simply because it is, as it says, With other different types, obviously, you get different things that happen, which I'll demonstrate after I'm in Super Cruise. So, basically, if I check this, the Dukes of Gamimusu are a feudalist faction. Now these guys aren't really affected too much by power play, they're not really hit hard by anything. They're kind of out of the loop, they don't get affected massively by anything, but as far as I can tell they're not strong against anything either. And they never tend to have much power because people just stomp them out. It's a little bit disconcerting. Anyway, the others here are all corporation... Warden? What in the hell? Never seen a warden before, gonna admit that. What is this? Bear with me, this is new for me as well. An organisation commissioned to ensure that the Emperor's justice is carried out by an officially sanctioned imperial penal facility. Wow. Okay. So they tried to expand into another system. That was stupid. You're a warden for this system, what are you doing? But anyway, a warden. There you go, something new. Don't know how long they've been in the game. At any rate, the faction that I've decided to pick on is one that will be basically harming this system. Normally I do tend to work with the mafias and some such, but the mob of Gamimusu attacked me with an interdiction the second I arrived in the system. So prepare to be my bitches, because I'm going to ruin you every time I find you. At any rate, basically, when I said that power play affects every aspect of the game, it refers to basically, on an individual system basis, these. Each individual power has methods that benefit or harm certain factions. So, the factions all either benefit and go up in the influence, which is this little percent gauge here. So, the Central Company 18%, the Prison Colony 10%, the Mob 10%, the Integrated Gamimusu, that's a broker, that is pathetic because they're not going to do anything with that level of power. And then Gamimusu Commodities clearly rule the roost here. That's pretty damn obvious by the immense amount of power they have. And that's an internal security service. That's not going to be really anything to worry about. Though I did pick up some data from them. That's going to be another one, isn't it? But, yeah, each individual power shapes these guys. These guys in turn shape the system. So, if you've got a lot of corporations, the missions you'll tend to find at space stations will be mainly organised around trade, salvage and various other things, as well as maybe a little bit of corporate espionage and possible assassination every now and again. No shields. That might attract a pirate in this economy. At any rate, so with those guys you get a lot of, as I say, trading missions. With things like brokers, it tends to be a lot of information trading, which isn't the most lucrative, but hey, it works for their influence. The mob give you more theft, hijacking, heisting and smuggling jobs, which are more fun for the criminal side, which is why you need to foster a criminal element somewhere. Or at the very least, if you are a trader, try and get on the good side of a bigger criminal faction. For instance, in my home system, the criminal faction has about 20% control, therefore I've just given them pretty much a good leeway and worked with them up to a friendly reputation so they don't interdict me all the damn time. And hey, it works, I don't get interdicted in my home system whatsoever, and if anyone attacks me in it, every faction actually shoots them. I've managed to unify the system in defense of me. What more can you ask for a home system, right? It's like I'm untouchable. Get away from me. Still killable, but, well, that's the same for everyone, isn't it? You always can die. There's no sort of guarantee. But basically, the powers shape the system. The system is shaped by the factions. And the factions shape the missions you get. They also shape the likelihood you are to get interdicted, the ships that fly around, the cargo in the ships, what sort of distress signals you will find, and various other things. It has a slight effect on everything. So, basically, it's like a fountain, this game. Power play seems to be like right at the top of its chain of effects, and then as it slowly trickles down, it affects more and more things, but in a lesser extent. So basically, everything is affected by power play in some way or another, however minor it might be. But it's always worth noting that each individual station in this game is controlled by an individual power, and I mean a faction in the system. If those factions are aligned with the power that controls it as the superpower does in power play, then it'll be more beneficial for maintaining control. Crowning Rogue. You are going to be a criminal, ain't you? No, you're not. Strange. I expected a criminal. Where's your wingman? 2 Imperial Eagles. Let's have a look, shall we? They're on the lookout for cargo carriers. Pirates in their element, it seems. Well, damn it, I'll have to bail on that. They're a little too close to the planet. Now I can try and hit them. Where are they going? Ah, you know what? You know what I forgot on this bounty hunting ship that I built? A frameshift wake scanner. So retreat is a good option. Damn it, now I've got more money to spend. I need to find a place that sells parts. And here's me thinking I didn't miss anything. Ah, adders. These are commonly used for smuggling. And? No, they're actually used to a prisoner transport at the moment. Aren't they? No, that's not used for much. You seem to be a little weak. Strange to find a weakling. And you have no shields. Okay. It's going to be a crime to attack you, isn't it? How much is the bounty on his head? Because this is an easy pick. Whatever. 3 grand is 3 grand. Let's do it. I think he's going to escape me, but... well, my ship's faster than his, so hopefully not. At any rate, he's gaining ground quite quickly, but hopefully I'll get to shoot him. Let's see, what else did I miss? No, I pretty much covered everything I had in my script here. There wasn't really that much to cover. I probably still have missed some things, as frequently I do. As I say, I didn't really get much time to write it. But, yeah. Basically, the whole premise of power play is, just to reiterate it again in perhaps a little more simple terms, the superpower controls an area through a control system and 4 or 5 exploited systems. The factions in that system will either thrive or suffer based on the power that controls them. The factions that do thrive will obviously get more positive effects like booms and other some such affect them, meaning that players that can help them will benefit more, and factions that suffer will eventually be stamped out. And I'm in range, let's do this. Time for some murdering. Except it's legal this time. Believe it or not, by the way, most bounty hunters are actually criminals in this game. It's pretty much a morally grey area to inhabit, because in most systems you can attack somebody who isn't wanted, and then they will pretty much give you a bounty for it, but you'll have still made money from another system. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot that interdictions send you reeling as well. Whoa, regain stability, damn you. Been a while since I've interdicted someone. What's up there, bud? I'm not about to hit you, but I am about to check you out. And not in that way. You are not. Okay, pisshead, I know what you're trying to do. You're carrying something illegal, ain't you? Alright, I've successfully scanned him for kill warrants. Let's have a quick look. Yep, bounty's gone up by 1,000. he is wanted somewhere else other than here. Oh, yeah, this'll do it. Alright, I'm in range, let's do it! Wait, why am I hitting them with lasers? This is to overheat shields. Doesn't matter though, I don't want to use my bullets on someone so weak. Are you... You're unarmed. You can't even fight back. This is unfair. Is he just going round in circles? Yeah, he's just going round in circles to try and avoid me, okay. Reverse! What's up, little bitch? Can I, can you... Thank you. That's the problem with low hull mounts. Yeah, don't think you can escape, bud. This is by far the most horrifically horrible I've ever felt about bounty hunting someone. Oh wait, no, he's firing back. Hang on. I don't feel bad anymore. Just because he shot like, what, 3 bullets at me? I don't feel bad about killing him. Come here, you little fuck. You are the most boring fight I've ever had because you just focus on defending yourself. Go on, run away. Sap. I'll take the 450. Oh yeah, fun fact, if a guy's already wanted, when they attack you, they'll become more wanted. Like 400 credits worth of an assault in this system. Could be 200 elsewhere, could be 800, depending on who the controller is. Again, that's something that's affected by who controls the system. All the parts he's left behind are a bit shit, so I'm just going to leave them behind and leave before the law turns up. Which I don't think they're going to today. No, they're not. Yeah, that's another thing that's impacted by the controlling faction of the system. Not necessarily the superpower that controls it. Each individual power and governmental type have their own police response forces. Dictators are stupidly fast and stupidly harsh, most likely killing both parties involved. Well, I say that. I've never actually been killed by a dictator personally. Most of the time they're actually alright. They're just kind of totalitarian in their destruction of an enemy. Then you get corporations. They tend to be pretty quick on the draw for fear of losing some of their bottom line. Anarchies, however, if you have an anarchy government in place, it's free game. The system becomes lawless, you can't get a bounty for virtually anything that you do, and everything pretty much becomes legal in any spaceport they control, so you can legally do slave trading, drug trading, and pretty much anything else. Hello, Barry. You're part of the prison colony and you're flying a keelback. That is the most appropriate ship for your job, son. What are you carrying? Doesn't matter though, you don't have anything I need. Where's that diamondback? Actually, hold up. Barry lock. Nope. Don't know what's happening with the screen at the moment. I knew the recent patch caused a bit more stutter, but other than that... They're the only 2 ships on my scanner. There must be some near the sun, I can see them. Aha! Watch this be an enemy of the Empire. Wait, what? Wanted from the prison colony? How's he wanted? What the hell's he done? What are you carrying? Point defense. You're probably going to come after me, aren't you? And internal security? Nah. But anyway, enough of that. I've killed a bounty. That's all I wanted to really do today, was just go out and kill something. Because it makes life easy. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I didn't check, did I? Prison colony and Gamimusu commodities. Fair enough. Sounds like you just stole the ship and fucked off, really. I think that's pretty much all he was wanted for. And generally, that's one thing I do like about the game when you do bounty hunting. Figuring out what the person you just killed has done based on how much money's on their head. I mean, murder gives you an immediate 6k, so there's no way he committed murder. And, yes, I know how much murder gives you, because frankly, I went on a massive bender, as my criminal record here will suggest. Yeah. By the way, none of that bounty still stands. I'm clean these days. And the only reason I got that bounty to begin with was because I decided to take on Sirius Corp on behalf of my my Emperor. Ooh. Hello. It's going to be a stolen cruiser? No. Damn. Ah, I get it. So that's like one of their friggin' moving boardrooms. At least that's what it must be, surely. Uh-huh. Time to pick on a weakling. An FSD wake. Yeah, I'm going a bit fast. I need to slow down a little. And I'm also really, really, really bunged up this morning. It's pissing me off because I can't breathe. Ah. Garth Hunter. Yep, okay mate. You just interdicted me. I'm pulling over. That means no bad effect from the interdiction. I pull in pretty stably and my FSD cools down quickly so that if I get into a fight, I ain't gonna die as easy. Who are you? You're in a Diamondback Explorer. I have nothing on you that you will want. Back off. Okay, dipshit. Fly away. I'll say it after him. 40 grand. You're mine. Shit, I overshot. I forgot to slow down quick enough. You ain't escaping shit, pal. After him, damn it. Ah! Coward. For someone with a bounty so damn high, he should have been more fucking conscientious of his own skills. Idiot should not interdict the bounty hunter. Anyway. Aside from that, this is pretty much what I'm going to spend the day doing. Just chilling out here, looking to pick off anyone in the mob I can, really. Oh, and one more thing before I forget. Hey, there it is. Knew it was coming. Because I've got this ship here, and it's the only one I haven't named yet, I'm going to leave it up to the community to decide what I name this thing. So, let's just say anyone in the first 10 comments, because I know this channel ain't big, I'm not stupid, can enter themselves into the running for what they want the ship to be called, and then I will basically name it out of the 10 options I get. Oh, and keep it like PC if you can, to some extent. I want to make sure this ship won't get me banned or anything. For all intents and purposes, I do love this game, and I do not want to do anything to piss anyone off on it. Not that I won't kill someone for no apparent reason, but, well, I wouldn't actually. I'd only kill them if they were on, like, you know, the wrong side of the law. In other words, either a wanted criminal, or alternatively, on a secondary note, I would also kill them if they followed the wrong power. Hey, bitch, where the fuck are you going? Oi, pull over, you arsehole. I will kill you, motherfucker. Come back here. Fucking get behind him. I am. Oh, you little shit. You just kick. Oh, I see. No, I see. Go on. Go on. You trying to interdict me, motherfucker? No, you're not. Where the hell are you going? I thought you were trying to interdict me. That's why I stopped following you for a bit. Get back here, you utter cockwomble. Interdiction for... Oh, you're interdicting him? You evaded the interdiction. I've never actually seen two AIs interdict themselves. For quite some damn time. Well, that's unfortunate. I did kind of want to fight that douche. Well, that was unfortunate. Guess I should speed up again. Internal security. Hey, wait a minute. That'll be him, right? Convoy dispersal pattern. Threat 3. Nah, that's a lot of ships. That ain't him. Who are you? Yan Doubles. Python Coffee Man. Feral Hatred. Yeah, now you see, you know how I said at the beginning of this I'll take on anybody in the mob? Learn this. Quickly and very quickly when bounty hunting. Don't just think, ooh, the bounty on him's huge. Yeah, the reason there's a bounty on them. They are good at killing other people. If a bounty's over 100,000, you don't take them on in a Cobra. If the bounty's over 50 grand, you can do it maybe at a push. And if it's over 70, only take them on if you get a crew with you. Bingo. Got him. Alright, let's go. Second attack, second kill, hopefully. Are you even trying? Man, my accuracy there went shaky. Yeah. Time to spin out. Hey, whoa, hang on. I love how it just catapults me the exact opposite way to my quarry, who's immediately decided to counter-scan me. Another empty cargo. Well, yeah, seeing as though I interdicted you, what did you think was going to happen? I'm not going to be carrying good stuff, am I? Idiot. Yeah, you disappeared. Hey, pissant. You serious? You're running. You're actually running. What are you, some kind of bozo? Or is everyone in this system just a fucking coward? Ah, my god, what a waste of my time. If the mob are this pussy-ass weak in this system, I can easily destroy them. Oh yeah, I also forgot to write completely about the frickin' second half of this video I was gonna do. Mainly because I was focused on what aspects I'd missed on Powerplay. I forgot that I did promise to give a bit of a backstory. So, the commenter also asked me another question, completely unrelated to Powerplay. Well, not completely, it is still related to it in some extent. But, basically, they asked me how I sided with the Emperor before they became the Emperor. Well, with that, it's quite simple. Basically, Powerplay came in about, 2 years ago, just under. Something like that. I mean, it was there pretty shortly, I think, after the Xbox got its launch of Elite Dangerous. And basically, well, after you get like a couple of ranks up, you can side with a certain power. Anyone that you want. Only one at a time, of course. But, yeah, I decided to side with Aisling Duval originally, because I believed in the power of people and also the power of positivity a little bit. But with her albeit things were idealistic, it wasn't it wasn't a cause with, well, with the real force behind it to actually get really anywhere. So I decided to switch it up. I switched superpower to Edmund Marn for a while and did a bit of trading for the Alliance, hence the reason I got a cordial status with them now. But yeah, basically when I first started playing Elite Dangerous, I started in the LHS 3447 system, the same as most new starters, because this was before Horizons was even a thing and planetary landings were even in the game. So basically, I thought, you know, I'm in federal space. Zachary Hudson's a bit of a dick. He's obsessed with war. Kind of reminds me of George Bush and now of Donald Trump a little bit. And the worst half of their decisions. Like, not that I've really got anything against the two people. Well, I do have something against Donald Trump, actually. But George Bush, yeah, he was a bit of a warmonger and all this, but he's not, you know, he wasn't in power of my country. I can't really say too much for him. You know, he may have made some good decisions. I'm not saying he did, but, you know, no politician ever just makes 100% bad decisions. Except maybe dictators and one or two other people. But aside from that, I decided, you know, Felicia Winters, the Shadow President, actually had a valid point. So I started just being the general help of the Federation. You know, no better idea. Just decided, why not? And that's why I've got a 75% rep with them, 64% with the Empire. Because I've been, or I was, in federal space for quite a lot of time. But I'm sorry, is that guy's name Manly Powers? In that ship, you ain't gonna have any manly powers, mate. You're about as powerful as a wet bag. At least you're more powerful than Michael Warburton here. But anyway. Yeah, I genuinely believe that, you know, the Federation had the right kind of ethos on one side of the fence and not on the other. Still do. But I was relatively new. Got my first couple of million credits. Bought my first sort of bigger ticket ship. But yeah. Basically flew into a space station. Decided to land. One of the idiot pilots, I don't know who the hell it was, one of the internal security force, decided to crash land into the space station and blew themselves up. I was blamed for the murder and killed. Albeit that might have just been some fuck up with the bloody tracking on his ship or what have you. But nah, I decided, let's take it personally. You know, being someone that likes to get immersed in the game, I don't just explain it away as a glitch that was just unlucky. No. I'm going to use that to feed into a character's backstory. Simple. Killed by corrupt federal forces. Immediately made a beeline for Empire space and I've never looked back since. Sided with Aisling shortly after that. Decided that the idealistic cause was kind of losing ground. This was around the time of the Imperial election. Basically decided that, well, for all intents and purposes, no one was really following Aisling at the time. And she just wasn't getting the power needed to get the Emperor's position. I'll come on to why it's an Emperor's position, not an Empress, later on. But, yeah. Like, Denton Patrius, Zemina Torval, and pretty much Erisa Lavny Duval, the now Emperor, were all in conjunction, I believe, if memory serves correctly, that, well, that Erisa was going to end up Emperor. That's pretty much the long and short of it. But around the time the election started to surface, and, you know, the Empire decided we need a new Emperor now, the Federation are pushing us and we can't really fight back, everyone started to vote on it, and then I just decided, hell, let's side with Arissa Lavni Deval, because the rule of law is important, I decided to follow more of a combat path at this time, buying into... I'm going to leave, because those guys will probably rip me in half. Looking at it, I believe all three of them would be hostile, so I'm bailing out until that third ship gets here. Pick your fights carefully. You don't want to die. Dying in this game sucks. Especially when your ships cost a lot to repair or buy back. Anyway. So I decided to side with the Emperor shortly after the election sort of started. Or when the rumours on the election started. Saw that really she was just gaining power. Basically the way the power works on their political standpoints works for me. The rule of law is important, bounty values go up, and also the security in all systems that you inhabit is taken doubly seriously. You get more security, more police forces, more defence. Those systems are safe for traders. Seeing as though I'm a bit of a jack of all trades that prioritises bounty hunting and trading, well, it was the perfect shot for me. Edmund Marn does kind of the same thing. But I did not want to remain on the borderline to federal space. Though I will say this. The Empire might not want to side with the Alliance, and the Alliance might not want to pick a side. But the Federation are corrupt. I think it's only a matter of time before we try and remove them. Hell, to be fair, if we just removed Zachary Hudson from power and put Felicia in power, I dare say things would calm down quite a lot on the tensions front. The Emperor now doesn't seem too keen on maintaining a war. But Zachary Hudson does. Get him out of the picture, and I think we're good. At any rate, one of my key points that's on Powerplay at the moment, and one thing that I did cover when Thargoids were discovered, was that basically the Thargoids have been in previous Elite games, and they're probably going to start attacking people soon. More and more close to the human bubble as time goes by, I would say. So we're going to need to cut out this petty squabble in one way or another, because Thargoid ships are notoriously, no, not notoriously, legendarily fucking strong. And by that I mean, one of their ships could probably take down about 2 or 3 Anacondas before going boom. Hell, God knows how much it can actually do. Seeing as though it can just turn off your ship, I would say it's probably a lot more, but it can only turn off one at a time. So effectively, numbers is the way to win. Now hell, we don't know whether we outnumber them. We're beginning to find underground colonies of the fuckers, to be fair. I don't like the sound of it, and I don't like how it's progressing so bloody quickly. But that's something I truly believe that galactic peace is something we need to strive for. Albeit I'm sided with the Empire. I really didn't want to say that. The Empire and the Emperor. Let's try not mince one word into one and make it sound horrifically horrible, like I've got a major speech impediment. But, yeah. Huh? Just one part. Oh my god, it's an... I have a duty to get you to safety, and I'm about to kill you because I'm about to hit that way too hard. Come on. In. There you go. I'm glad they've turned that into legal salvage, by the way. Considering that, like, rescue services were very, very, very much a thing which just didn't really operate very much. Like, most of these pods would have just been people left to die in there. Align with trajectory? What fucking trajectory am I lying on to? Oh, I just had to stop rotating. Fair enough. Alright. My bad. But I'm very glad they've done that, because now you can be a good Samaritan without being fined thousands of credits for it. I mean, the amount of pods, the amount of escape pods I've sold on the black market because there's nowhere else to sell them, kind of stupid. Kind of stupid. Anyway, let's get you back. I know for a fact someone will probably be looking for you, and I don't want to get attacked by pirates all too often when I'm trying to find and kill them all. They're internal security ships, that's fine. But anyway. Yeah, so galactic peace is something that I'm trying to strive for because I believe the Thargoids are probably going to screw us over. They're a notoriously hostile race, and as I say, their ships are legendarily strong. So it's a bit hard to say exactly who would win in a fight. All depends on their numbers, and I have a sneaking suspicion that they are not going to stop coming for anything. Although I will admit that I think Colonia is going to be the first target, simply because, well, the Colonia initiative simply went ahead, even though the Thargoids popped up around about the same time or just before Colonia got started. Oh hey, I'm all in favour of, of a world away from here. Well, not even a world, like half the galaxy away from here. Colonia is miles away. I think 10,000 light years from here. So it's well out of the political bubble. If you're not interested in Powerplay, that's a place to go, because it's free of, political crap. That was the ideal that it was set up on. However, if Colonia wants to survive, it'll have to form its own sort of superpower government kind of thing into a unified defence force. How that's going to work, I don't know, but I guess we'll find out. At any rate, basically, to get back on track of why I signed up with the Empire. My god, my words are just getting mixed up here. Make your mind up what you're going to say, you imbecile. And yes, I mean me. Anyway, yeah, I sided with the Empire simply because I believed in them quite a bit more than the Federation after my unfortunate backstabbing at the hands of a corrupt defence force. I immediately went back to that system and killed one of the law enforcers there, simply to send a message. It's exactly that kind of government that the Emperor seeks to supplant and replace with a government heavily emphasised on serve and protect. So, yeah. I mean, that old police saying to serve and protect, it's not just a damn saying at the end of the day, that's your job. And yet most people seem to forget that. But I'm not saying there aren't corrupt people inside the Emperor's, circle. There always will be. And there always has been. As for exactly what that means, it means that no government's perfect. And obviously if anything bad does happen with the Emperor's side of things, then I'll be taking care of it, personally. I know the Emperor's heart's in the right place, and I'm unlikely to change my allegiance no matter what I do. Even though I've been told to change my allegiance many, many times, I'm not gonna. For people who are interested in the more role-playing side of the game, I'd highly recommend Powerplay as a way to really add to character development story. I mean, this game allows you to craft your own story so meticulously perfectly, it's unreal. But, yeah, it's still beneficial just to be able to sort of dive in so hands-on. Where's this escape pod? Aha! There we go. Small reward for bringing him back alive. Or bringing them back alive, I shouldn't assume. Now, back out to space with me, because I want to do more bounty hunting today, and I haven't really done much other than fly around like a aimless idiot, really. But I've still made money. Albeit very slowly, and I forgot to redeem my bounty vouchers. Oh yeah, fun fact about bounty hunting, just before I forget. If you die, this gets wiped. So all the money you didn't claim goes poof. And you need to, go and earn more. Make sure you try and redeem your bounty vouchers whenever you can. Or if you've got, a bounty voucher for the Alliance, say, when you're this far into Imperial space, you may want to hold on to it until, you get a good 50, 60, 70,000, because the journey just isn't really worth it if you're doing it for 5,000 credits, because it's probably going to cost you about a fifth of that just to do it. But, well, cross that bridge if you come to it. That's what I say. There's plenty of career options in Elite Dangerous. You don't have to do one or the other. Hell, do what I do. Buy a ship, build it for a certain career, keep it. Buy a ship, build it for a certain career, keep it. I've got a load of ships, most of them designed for trade, some of them designed for out-and-out warfare, some of them designed for bounty hunting, some of them designed for mining, some of them designed for passenger haulage. I literally do something of everything. And that's how I enjoy playing the game. Whatever I feel like doing, I will just do. Although, fun fact, the first time I did passenger haulage, I was flying around in a goddamn, what was it? I think I have an Orca? At any rate, Yeah, as you might know, there's 4 total ejected passengers there. I had to land on a planet and deliver them. While flying into the planet, I hit B to deploy my landing gear. It didn't, it boosted me. I smashed off the floor, and my ship exploded. Fucking brand new 70mm ship. Albeit, yes, it was like, what, 3.5mm, 4mm to buy back? Somewhere around there. Yeah, as you may imagine, after you've just bought a ship worth 70mm and take it for its maiden voyage, you're broke. So I ended up with a loan I had to pay back of millions. Took me ages to do that because you only pay back 10% of what you earn towards the loan, and that's after you give your crew a share of cash, which I have one crew member here. I've had Cherry on board my ship for quite a while now. Haven't even used her yet and she's already made like a good mil. Either way, it never hurts to keep someone on board just in case you get a fighter bay or something. And that was one of my intentions when I actually hired her, was to build a ship shortly after with a fighter bay. But then passenger haulage came out, and then I thought, well, I want to try that. Seems like it would be a cool, fairly laid-back occupation. And the rewards, let's face it, the rewards when passenger haulage first came out, because they wanted to beta test it, were like 10mm for like 4 hours work. It's like, oh yeah, okay then, 10mm, 4 hours, let's do it. It was insane. Now it's not so bad, but it is still stupidly expensive to haul people around, simply because the price of the ships to do so are quite expensive. You can still... Hello, Zenyatta. Overwatch joke for the crap of it. Anyway, yeah. Like, the ships are still stupidly expensive. You can outfit a Cobra if you want, with some passenger haulage stuff, as well as a Sidewinder. I've got a Sidewinder with a basic economy class cabin in there, with like 4 seats in it. So, you know, fairly straightforward, fairly simple, but, well... it can still make me a large amount of money. It paid itself off in 5 minutes. High-grade emissions. High-grade emissions. Yeah, can I slow down, please? Anyway, I want to check this out. But yeah, that's basically the reason I sided with the Empire. Is because I believe in the rule of law. I'm very much on the side of serve and protect, especially with the community. Don't get me wrong though, I will admit this now, I basically did kill a player out and outright in the Kremlin system in the newbie bubble in a Type 6 transporter with a hold full of gold, simply because he followed Zachary Hudson. Learn. He is not a good choice. Do you know what the funny thing is though? I only attack Zachary Hudson's ships. I don't attack anyone else's. I would attack Archon Delane's. However, I never see him. Any of his ships. The Kumo crew kind of keep to themselves. I remember about 6 months ago they were bloody everywhere in Empire space, but that was only because I learned later on that Archon Delane made a frickin' appearance near Aisling Duvall's territory. It was at that time I was prowling there looking for the guy. I really want to kill Archon Delane. God knows what the bounty on his head must be. Then again, I probably shouldn't say that now, because then the Kumo crew will hunt me down with the best of intentions. Either way, it's Archon Delane. He doesn't have many friends. And according to the devs, when like Powerplay was first out, they were disappointed that more people weren't siding with him. What have we got here anyway? Oh my god, Imperial shielding monitors. Give me that shit, they're good. Oh yeah, fun fact by the way. With salvage, when this was brought in with Horizons, there's different types of salvage based on the factions and superpowers that control an area. So that also has an impact. Imperial shielding is Imperial only, which is some of the best shielding in the galaxy. In fact, I think it is the best. Can I reverse away from this so I can reline up, please? Because it's not going to work. But yeah, Imperial shielding is the best. Can't remember what the Federals are. I think Federals is Composite. And then Alliance is... Actually, you know, I don't know what Alliance is. I don't think they have any, like, specialised parts. But, yeah. Like, Imperial shielding, if you can get yourself a lot of this stuff and build a, like, Imperial shielding stimulator. That sounds really wrong. But, yeah. Build yourself, like, a stimmed up shield with an engineer. Then you can pretty much get away with like taking what, about an extra 40-50% damage at the top grade stuff. It makes shields stupidly strong. That's the basic long and short of it. So keep an eye out for the parts you can get. If you get high grade emissions, always drop in on them, because that actually was really good. I'm quite happy with that little haulage, to be honest with you. Materials. Let's have a look. Imperial shielding. 12 units. And it's a grade 5, so it is the best. Well, fair play. That's pretty good. And one last point I want to make on the power play system as well. In spite of the fact that I joined the Empire because I believe in the rule of law and basically want the Empire to be a stand-up force, particularly against Zachary Hudson specifically, always consider your career choices, your friendship groups, and whatever else may factor into it with your superpower, because it does restrict travel quite a bit. Like, I know a few federal pilots, so I still talk to them and all. Can't really say I play with them all that much. Most people that I know that play this don't play it on the same platform as me these days, which is a bit sad. But consider where you'd like to play in-game. If you prefer the freedom and right to roam, then maybe stay out of power play on a superpower level and just try and affect individual systems. Remember, albeit I said it's like a fountain that slowly trickles down, when a fountain's water hits the base, it gets recycled through pipes back to the top. So after all effects are said and done, it goes back to repeat the cycle, based on those effects. So you can affect power play without really signing on to power altogether. But hey, if you feel motivated to join the Empire from my little speech there, and trust me, this happens a lot more to players than you might think, getting killed by, like, the stupidity of certain systems and their security. In fact, why am I trying to evade this? Let's go for a fight. But, yeah. It's always worth having a look at which power you want to sign on with. Definitely would recommend the Empire. We're a little bit understaffed at the moment, and it can be quite fun. Besides, any Imperial pilots that are on the Xbox would be greatly appreciated to friggin' come out of the woodwork. It'd be nice to know that I have some friends around here. I don't see many Imperial pilots. In fact, I can't think of one that I've seen in the past 8 months. Okay. Oh, with the mob. Got it. And you have what on your head? You are joking, right? That much on a freaking adder. Come back here. You ain't escaping me, bitch. Come on. Show me what you made of. Oh no. Oh no. Come on. Come on. Turn around. Come on, bud. Damn, he's actually really strong. That shield is actually really, really tough. Ah, you fled, you. I'm surprised. If I'd attacked him sooner, he probably wouldn't have. But I missed my chance. Today has not been a successful day of bounty hunting. I haven't done it in a while, so maybe I'm just rusty, but waiting for the opportune moment to pounce on an opponent that isn't expecting you to backstab them does give you a bit of an edge in combat. That may make me sound a bit like a conniving little asshole, but no, I'm just being the smart fighter. If you don't have a Wolfpack tactic to run, you pretty much run with the element of surprise to give you an early leg up. If you get an early leg up in combat, the AI tends to panic a little. Are you... No, you're travelling with as an escort, that's fine. But anyway, with power play, the one main thing to remember is, like I said first time, it's more complicated than actual politics. Remember that. And enjoy it. The fact that it has so much depth means you're never really going to get to the bottom of it. And the fact that everything always changes is always good. This system doesn't really have that many pirates in that actually want to fight, do they? Aha! You will, though. I know you. No? Why the hell are you darting in for an attack pattern? Or an interdiction pan. Huh. Well, no matter. I'm gonna head back to port and chill for a while. I can probably make a lot more money if I actually do some work now. So, let's go back to the old hub port and moor up for a while. Oh, and when I land, I've got another thing I need to go over. I almost completely forgot about this one last thing, mainly because I don't really engage in it. But, yeah, community goals is a thing I should probably go over while I'm on about Powerplay, because most of the time it is directly linked to Powerplay, or some minor faction or other that's basically, you know, some kind of like race organizer or what have you. But that does tend to get shaped a lot by the Powerplay system, especially when it comes to the sort of conflicts side of things. Organised bounty hunts, stuff like that. And this is where, particularly in a game like this, that you'll come across more of a player base. It's a good chance to sort of form some wings with some people, see how it all plays out. I can't really go over teaching you how to fly in wings on this because, as I say, most of my friends don't really play on the Xbox, and those that do aren't really active very much, so I'm kind of alone here. I know, sad, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, okay, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm not fine. I'm fine. I'm not fine. Ah, fuck off. No. Come on. I have botched the landing horrifically. Yes, I know. Oh, and word of warning for explorers. Try and at least, if you're going to go on a long journey, when you know you're coming back, go out of the main game, back into training, and for the love of God, practice your landings a little. You don't want to crash your ship with all your exploration data and die. Like, as far as I'm aware, there's been a couple of cases people have been away for literally months in actual time exploring the galaxy in this game, crashed, died, and lost all of the data as they've come back to land and sell it all. So basically, those months and months of time go out the window. This game's frustrating enough when you die. Do not take it to that level. Please. It'll put you off the game for life. Anyway. Time to collect my money. Albeit it's not that much. And I've earned about, what, 8,000-9,000 a day? I haven't earned that much at all. But hey! I enjoyed killing somebody. And, well, yeah. It's still money against my, like, bounties, so... Actually, on that note, how close am I to that, like, 10 million bounties credit achievement? Because I want to get to that eventually. 6.8 million. Not that bad. Not that bad at all. Yeah, you can really tell that I do a little bit of everything, can't you? I really should do more exploration, though. I've bought, like, 10 advanced discovery scanners, so that's, what, like, 13 million down on exploration. But yeah, I try and do a little bit of everything so I can, you know, cover every aspect. As I say, because I'm a bit of a loner, I can't really do multi-crew or anything like that. Hey, if anyone actually wants to do, like, a multi-crew episode or something, and they're on the Xbox, drop me a line and I'll see what we can do. To be honest with you, as I said, I'm a bit of a jack of all trades, so if you want to go on a murdering spree, provided it's not against the Empire, I'll do it. If you want to go bounty hunting, I'd prefer to be a wingman rather than sitting in the same ship, but hey! Anyone wants to, like, tag along for a mission or what have you? Send me a message, drop me a comment, do whatever, and I'll pick it up from there. It'd be interesting to actually start getting more involved with other players, particularly as the Xbox is a bit of a small community, I feel. The PS4 seems to be quite flourishing at the moment. Whether or not most people will stick around, because I know when I first started playing Elite Dangerous, The controls, and this surprises me because I've literally got a stack of 300 games in front of me at this point in time, so I'm well experienced with like 9 out of 10 games and their control schemes. The controls for this game, being one of the first PC ports I've played, was really frustrating and really hard to get the hang of. Once I actually did get the hang of it though, this has been, I can safely say, because I bought this when it was in early access, because I watched a stream of it for all of 5 minutes and thought, this game's kinda like one of my old favourites, Freelancer, and just bought straight into it. So I spent like, what, 20 quid on the game itself? And yeah, what am I, like, almost a month into playtime of this thing now? Yeah, 3 weeks and a day. Well, 3 weeks, 1.5 days. So, yeah. I can safely say I got my money's worth, didn't I? But remember, on the very last note before I go today, the Empire is best. I believe in them quite strongly when it comes to the in-game politics. And I do like to incorporate that into how my character works. Like, role-playing in this game is a little bit of fun, and you can really enjoy it if you get hands-on with it. So, by all means, if you want to, go for it full on. It just adds to the community. That's what we're all here for, to all enjoy ourselves at the end of the day. Some people just like playing the game to make money, get good ships, and then, you know, do stuff. Others prefer just to go on the long voyages because they like the, you know, the general feel of exploration. Others prefer just to roleplay, build a life and a community in the game for themselves and like a group of friends who, you know, actually work towards a goal they have in mind at the time. Stuff like that, just to make things more entertaining for them. And that's the beauty of it. It allows you to do that whenever you want. But, yeah, if you want to, like, hit me up for a multi-crew, drop me a line in the comments. You want me to do any other videos, drop me a line in the comments. I'll get on it as soon as I can. I gave this like 10 days worth of script writing and still never got anywhere near close to done. So I think maybe I need to do a research on a lot of topics and get a script pre-prepared for them. I will be covering a lot more stuff. I've got a pile of notes here for other ideas. I'll be going over some of those later on. Don't forget about the ship naming contest. That's going to be something. Drop a comment. Oh hell, add it on to another comment if you've got other questions and then just drop a ship name at the end, I don't care. As long as it's a good ship name, I might as well pick it. But, with the Powerplay side of things, if there is anything else I've missed, feel free to bitch slap me about it in the comments and tell me to cover it again. Because I'll guarantee there will be something I've missed. Hopefully this answered all your questions today, Zach. I, certainly hope I haven't missed anything for you. If you have any other questions or clarification, drop me a comment again and I'll get back to you on that. But hopefully this covered everything. Anyway, until next time, I suppose. I still can't fucking shake the feeling I've forgotten something though. Nah, I don't think I have. Well, until next time. See you around.